I'll ask for Syed Hassan Raza to come forward and give us the blessing. And it's so great to have you with us today, to have that connection with the Al Rasood Center across the way.
I begin with the name of God Almighty, the most kind and merciful. And Assalamu alaikum to all of you. Peace of God be with all of us. I personally believe the volunteering was the beginning of the society. So when people felt they are in a society, so on volunteer basis they were helping each other. Then we moved to more sophisticated system of professionalism, where we offer our services at a certain cost. But even this system, there are so many gaps which needs volunteerism. And this is an area all the communities, they're really striving to build on. When we see leaders and community members like Len, Daryl, Bruce, you name, there are so many, John, Noah, in the community, they are motivating you. They are motivated for others. And some people are so important for our communities. For example, if I'm in BUC, I'm a member of a council or a group, we have a structure, I'm responsible to them. And if people are not performing, you will have meetings and people will criticize you. But when you go to interfaith, you don't have that structure. It is all your own intuition to which you respond. And when we started working with BUC, Len, Daryl, and other people, Bruce, I'm naming a few, it doesn't mean that others are not there. So then you don't have a structure, we are not in a committee, we are not responsible to each other. All you work is on the basis of your dutifulness, your reliability. And there you need people like Len. So you shoot an email, make a phone call, and then you can rest assured that the matter will be handled and will be done. And that's the challenge that you face in interfaith work, where people are not reliable and they are not responsive sometimes to the other communities. And in such a way, so such people are really a blessing. And BUC is lucky. You have so many people to fill the space. You will not find Bruce less aggressive than Len in communication and reaching out to you and making things happen. Same is with Daryl. So you send a message to him, then you can rest assured, okay, that will be taken care of. What we think when we volunteer, there are two main forms of volunteering. Either you give time or you give money. We think the money we have in our bank accounts is perhaps our money. And the little chips here and there we give in the way of God to the churches and our communities, perhaps that's the money we are sort of shunting off from our deposits. But that's the real money. That's what we would take with us. And the time which we spend for watching TV and pleasure and golfing and all, yeah, everything is good. But the time which we give to our community, which we give to fill up those holes which are there in this cost-based professional community, they are really, really important. And there are people who does not fit in this system. And that's where that volunteered money, that volunteered time really helps. And when Matt was mentioning, always there is a ball, there's a pawn to support us. There is, because as Jesus led people, there are people who are filling those holes, those gaps in the systems. That's where the volunteering comes so important. You read Paul, you read Peter, you read Matthew, you would see there's so many verses everybody has written in the promotion of volunteerism. But sometimes we have to say a little bit no to some laziness. We have to, sort of give a little priority to different things in our lives in a different way. And there we could be a means to fill up those gaps. And that would be the real way where you could follow Jesus, or you could follow God, or you could follow whatever you cherish to follow. So with this, I end. And the same is true if we talk about in Islam, you talk about the charity, you talk about the volunteerism. There are so many stories, there are so many verses which encourage you to volunteer. But this is the difference. So there are things which are asking you to do something, and then there is action. So there's a big divide between going from what you are told to the actions. And that's where we need icons, we need people we can look up to. For example, all those gifts and momentum which were being presented to Len, he might not be in need of that, but that appreciation is there to acknowledge his services and to inspire many there sitting, okay, if you do something, you would be getting a reward from your God as well, and your community is also recognizing you. And you are not doing for that recognition. But this is kind of something we all should, wherever we are, we could give a little bit of time, even to those places where nobody would be holding us to accountable. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Hassan. And speaking of volunteers, you, in your service with Al Rasul and in coming here today, are volunteering your time in a very special way for us, and it's very, very much appreciated. So thank you.